始めますか。はい、それでは定刻となりましたので、ただいまより説明会を開催させていただきます。
It is now time to start this seminar. I will be serving as the facilitator of the seminar. I am Tamura of Horticulture Expo, in charge of Horticulture Expo, Flower Industry and Greenhouse Horticulture Promotion Office of Horticultural Crop Division of Crop Production Bureau of the Ministry. First of all, I would like to ask Sato, Councillor, Deputy Director General for Agricultural Production and Marketing Promotion of the Crop Production Bureau of the Minister's Secretariat, to say a few words. Councillor, over to you, please. My name is Sato, Councillor of the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. First of all, thank you very much for coming to the seminar despite your busy schedules. BIE, that recognized the International Horticultural Expo 2027, said that the philosophy of expos is to work on material issues of today and to work on the challenges related to the environment. The theme of the International Horticultural Expo 2027 is Scenery for the Future of Happiness, bearing in mind the contributions in achieving the SDGs in Japan. The global environment is changing, and various issues that risk the survival of humankind are becoming apparent. The Expo aims to visualize the sustainable society created by the power of plants and the happiness created by living together with nature as a scenery of the future. We have just sent out invitations to 187 countries and 46 international organizations. I hope many countries will participate, and the knowledge and technologies accumulated will lead to developing solutions for global issues, through which I hope we can materialize the philosophy of BIE by visualizing the scenery of the future happiness of humankind. In the metropolitan area, including Yokohama City, has a population of about 44 million, which is 35% of the total population in Japan. The number of international tourists coming to Japan is recently increasing, and we are expecting many visitors come to the exhibition. It will be a great opportunity for you to showcase how you're working to protect the environment to the world. We have already received positive reactions from some countries, and I hope you will consider positively on participating in the expo. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you very much. Mr. Sato has the official duty, so he'll be leaving. Thank you. Next, we are to hear from Mr. Jun Saito, Executive Advisor of Japan Association for the International Horticulture Expo 2027, Yokohama.
Good afternoon, everybody. At the outset, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for your interest to the International Horticulture Expo 2027 Yokohama, or Green Expo 2027. I appreciate your presence to this seminar in this sunny but windy afternoon. As this expo is titled International, we expect as many countries and international organizations as possible to take part in this event. It presents an opportunity for you to promote your culture, natural resources, industries, policies, as well as an occasion to reaffirm our bond and deepen our mutual understanding. From this viewpoint, this expo carries as one of its sub-theme, cooperation. We expect some 15 million visitors to this 6-month event. We are confident that through your participation, including national events, friendship between Japan and your country or organization, and that among participating parties will be further consolidated. In fact, this expo is the first A1 class horticultural expo for Japan since that of Osaka in 1990. Japan is now pursuing GX, or green transformation, and through this expo, we'd like to share with the international community thoughts and technologies which will contribute to tackle the global issues. With regard to your participation to this expo, the association, as for in Japan, our embassies and missions, as for in your respective capitals, will be your best escorting partner throughout the preparation and the actual event. It is our sincere hope that today's seminar will deepen your understanding of this expo, and consequently, you report back to your capitals with some strong words of recommendation for participation. As we put forward a target of 70 participants from abroad, your role as locomotive is crucial for us. We count on you very much. よろしくお願いします。Thank you very much.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Now, we would like to move on to the presentation. I would like to ask Japan Association for the International Horticultural Expo 2027 to explain the expo and information about exhibiting and the schedule. Now, I would like to turn over to the association representative.
博覧会協会の
I am Makisaka, Executive Director, Strategy Management Department of International Relations Department. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me explain the outline of the exhibition. So let me start with the explanation of the outline of the expo. First of all, I would like to show you a video.
"37 years on since the Expo 1990 Osaka, Japan will host an A1 category international horticultural exhibition. As the country's 7th BIE recognized expo, it will be hosted in the Tokyo metropolitan area for the first time. Its highly anticipated main theme, Scenery of the Future for Happiness. In an era of intensifying global warming, when many people around the world are becoming acutely aware of our planetary boundaries, we're beginning to explore fulfilling future lifestyles. That's exactly why through this expo, we aim to showcase Japan's deep appreciation of nature and refined aesthetic sense, the beauty of a life abundant with flowers and greenery, all while contributing to the creation of sustainable regions and economies and solving social issues. That is a new Green Expo. The world is currently striving to stem greenhouse gas emissions and achieve carbon neutrality, while restoring biodiversity with a nature-positive roadmap. To realize these goals, nature-based solutions are being called upon, which leverage nature as a means of solving problems. Concepts like these present methodologies for us to deepen our understanding of nature and plants, the foundation of the Earth's environment, and allow us to live into tomorrow as a part of an integrated system upon it. Within the vast natural preserves of Kamiseya, we will host a top-tier horticultural expo, offering a palette of first-hand experiential solutions that leverage plant resources. City of Yokohama, the venue for the expo, has been the gateway to Japan since its port opening, driving economic growth. From here, Japan's plants have also spread to the world. The city has made its zero-carbon Yokohama declaration, aiming for decarbonization by 2050, and as such, is advancing the creation of decarbonization innovations. on this soil through green transformation, or GX. We aim to showcase a new Yokohama, Japan societal model and expand the realm of possibilities GX can spread to the world along with our partners. This is the Green Expo. We will present some of these optimal futuristic solutions via prototypes. Through the power of nature, embodying scenery of the future for happiness, from Yokohama, we'll make it loud and clear for the rest of Japan and the whole world. We aim to breathe life into the Expo's theme via our cooperative initiative of villages. Urban GX, craft, kids, farm and food, and Satoyama. 5 distinct villages will be collaboratively co-created through a plethora of initiatives to serve as showcases of a green society while offering exciting new experiences to visitors. To make our Green Expo everything it can be, we all need to chip in. Every aspiration, every bit of wisdom, and every shared effort counts. Together, let's bring scenery of the future for happiness into crisp focus. Come March 2027, here's looking forward to sharing smiles and laughter when we gather in Kamiseya, Yokohama.
So let me start with my explanation. First of all, the name of the expo is International Horticultural Expo 2027. It is an AIPH approved and BIE recognized international horticultural exhibition categorized A1 event, which is the highest in category. The expo will be held from March 19, 2027 through September 26th. It will be held in the city of Yokohama, Kanagawa Prefecture, the site of former Kamiseya communication facility of the U.S. forces, and it was returned to the Japanese government in 2015. The number of visitors expected is 15 million, out of which 10 million will be admission-paying visitors. This shows the history of horticultural expos held in Japan and outside of Japan. As was said in the video, in 1990, Japan held the first BIE recognized Category A1 International Horticultural Expo in Osaka. After that, expos have been held in different parts of the world, and this is going to be the second time after 37 years to hold one in Japan. And the World Expo was held in Aichi Prefecture in 2005, and another will be held in Osaka in 2025. And 2 years after the World Expo, a horticultural exhibition will be held in Yokohama. With regards to the site of the expo, it is located in the northwest of the city of Yokohama. It is about 30 kilometers from the center of Tokyo and 15 kilometers from the center of Yokohama City. The nearest station is Seiya Station of Sotes Line. It's about 2 kilometers. So there is the expressway nearby, so it is highly accessible by train and by car. It takes about an hour to the site from the center of Tokyo. And this is the site of the expo. So it used to be the base for our U.S. forces, but since it was a site for a communication facility, we have a lot of nature. You can see how the area is rich in nature. We'll be making best use of the original landscape, and the trees will be kept for the construction of the expo venue. Here is the image of the expo venue. As was explained in the video, the nature that remained will not be destroyed, but rather make the best use of it for the construction of the expo venue. Now, the theme of the expo. The World Expo the theme is extremely important. The theme of the expo is Scenery of the Future for Happiness. Scenery of the future was explained in the video earlier, but there are many difficult challenges, such as environmental issues. So for those problems, what can this expo to do to contribute to the happiness of the humankind and the well-being of people, which is the theme of the expo? And there are 4 sub-themes of the event. So harmony with nature, coexistence through greenery and farming, creation of new industries, and resolution through cooperation. To materialize the theme and the sub-themes of the expo, governments, the Japanese government, local governments, businesses, and NPOs work together. So related genre of the expo are flowers, greenery, agriculture, food, land, and communication. So it is possible to join the expo from different aspects. So let me explain how you can participate as official participants. So official participants are participants of different national governments. Exhibition will be the way to participate. There is type 1 for outdoor exhibition and type 2 for indoor exhibition. And the exhibition is to be for the whole duration of the expo. The commercial use of the space is to be 20% or less. And for official participants, National Day or special day events can be held. When you do that, shows, events, and presentations related to the theme of the expo may be held. There will be competitions of the exhibits. A unique aspect of the Horticultural Expo is that it allows local municipalities, businesses, and organizations to exhibit with the approval by the respective government.
Next is on the layout and types of exhibition spaces. This is a layout plan. The total area is 80 hectares. This does not include parking area. The main entrance is located in the northwest. In the neck portion in the center, themed pavilion and other facilities will be located. Themed pavilion and indoor exhibitions shared facility will be prepared. And also, there will be an area for the exhibition from Japanese government. So as described in the movie, there will be 5 themed villages. Here, companies, local governments, and citizens will share concepts and embody the themes. Urban GX, Farm and Food, Craft, Kids, and Satoyama are the 5 villages. And in the center, there are 3 zones: International Exhibition Zone, Symbolic Zone, and Japan Zone. International Exhibition Zone and Symbolic Zone will have areas for official participants. In Japan Zone, there will be an exhibition from Japanese government as planned. So these are for the official participants. Yellow-colored spaces. There is a standard type outdoor exhibition spaces. There are 26 plots. 26 plots again. And next, blue-colored spaces. There are 2 of them. They're described as international garden types. There are 40 plots mainly for developing countries. And red-colored space, it is for indoor exhibition shared facility with 22 areas inside the facility. So this is a type 1 standard type. So on the plot provided by the organizer, free of charge, the official participants will design and build gardens or gardens and pavilions. The design and construction costs will be borne by the official participants. Plots are to be handed over to the participants by 19th of March 2026, a year ahead of the opening, and the construction, garden landscaping, and exhibiting space installation on these plots must be completed by the 9th of March 2027, right before the expo. And also after the expo closes, it has to be returned to the original status by the 10th of December 2027. And for the type 1, GX House outsourcing service for design and building is available. Under this arrangement, the official participants will design and install gardens and on the plot provided by the organizer. Then the organizer will design, construct, demolish the modular type pavilion. And the participants bear the cost of the design, construction, demolition, and will customize interior and exterior decoration of the GX House. The timing of handing over the land and building for the pavilion and the deadline for returning them are not decided yet, but they will be included in the future update of the guide. Next, this is an international garden type. The name is tentative. In this space, designated by the organizer as the international garden, the organizer will construct multiple gardens and pavilions. Then official participants will respectively exhibit in these pavilions. This area will be made available only to such countries as developing countries as specified in Article 13 of Special Regulation Number 2. Size of exhibition facility will be 20 square meters for each country. The timing of handing over the land and building and the deadline for returning it to its original condition after the closing are currently being adjusted, so the details will be included in the future update of the participation guide. And as described in the participation guide, when developing countries eligible for the support are to exhibit under this type, the organizer will bear the cost for construction and demolition. And this is type 2. Indoor exhibition shared facility. So the exhibition spaces in the indoor exhibition shared facilities built by the organizers for the exhibition will be provided to the official participants. The construction cost of the facility will be borne by the organizer. If official participants are to conduct commercial activities, exhibition space usage fee will be charged. The amount of the fee is not decided yet. Size of exhibition facility is 20 square meters for each country. The spaces will be handed over to the participants by 19th of October 2026, and exhibit installation must be completed by the 9th of March 2027. After the expo closes by 10th of October 2027, the exhibition spaces must be vacated and returned in their original conditions. So this shows a plots for outside exhibition current status. So there are numbers from 1A to 6D. In type 1 standard type, basically those plots will be the basis, but the participants have the option to use more than one plot or to use a half size of one plot. And we'd like to discuss with you depending on your needs. And also, in the case of type 1 international garden type, area is about 20 square meter per building. And type 2, indoor exhibition shared facility, the area is 20 square meter each. So on this drawing, there'll be no number for the plots and such.
Here is the cost estimate for the exhibition, which is calculated by the association. This is just the estimate for type 1. So in the land of 500 square meters, if you build a building of 100 square meters, if it's a standard style gardens or pavilions, the cost will be around 200 million to 250 million Japanese yen. And if it's just the garden, 100 million to 150 million yen. But these are just estimates for your reference, and the cost will vary depending on the contents. But the cost includes the design, construction, demolition, maintenance, water, electricity, personnel costs, accommodation costs, and transportation of the staff. What is not included here are the shipping of exhibition materials, National Day or Special Day related costs, insurance, communication costs, waste disposal, and security. Now, let me explain the operating rules and procedures. And here is the procedure. At the top is Japan, and the lower part of the slide are official and non-official participants. First of all, the host, the association, and the official participants, which are representatives of national governments, which are a commissioner of section. They will sign a contract for participation. And the Japanese government, or the commissioner of the exhibition of the Japanese government, will countersign the contract. The commissioner of section will be assigned by each national government, and they will be representing the plot for exhibits, as well as the exhibitor and the commercial activities. And the group of commissioners of section official participants will form the College of Commissioners and set up a steering committee. The committee would represent the official participants to deal with issues related to mutual interests. On the right-hand side, which is colored yellow, non-official participants, as well as concessionaires, are to negotiate and contract directly with the association. And this slide shows the process for contract signing. So you see the numbers. Number 1 is the Japanese government sends official invitation, which is already done. And then number 2, a note verbal of acceptance or declaration to participate will be issued. And in response to that, number 3, a plot map and application documents will be sent from the organizer, the Expo Association. And the consultation will be provided by the organizer. And as a result of the consultation with the organizer, you will move to number 4. Official participants would submit the application documents. And the association will give an approval to the application documents within 90 days. That is when the plot will be determined. And then there will be discussions to conclude the contract. And in number 6, commissioners of section assigned by the official participants would conclude the contract with the association. And the Japanese government assigned commissioner of the exhibition countersigns the contract. So from 2 to number 6, from the closing of the contract, it would take about 6 months for the whole process. And this is the image of application form. Official participants, after they declare to participate through the diplomatic channel, they would refer to the plot map and fill in the application for allocation and theme statement, submit the forms to the association. And this is just the image of the plot map, as well as the application for allocation and the theme statement. in terms of application for allocation and theme statement, especially for theme statement, content of the exhibition should be aligned with scenery of the future of happiness, and the contribution should be made to the main theme. And the association would review the contents of the theme statement. Here are special regulations. Special regulations are rules or regulations specific to BIE recognized expos. They are number 1 through number 14. Number 1 is related to the theme. Number 2 is related to participation criteria. And these two have already been recognized by BIE. Number 3 is, as I explained earlier, related to Committee of the College of Commissioners. Number 4 is about the construction as well as fire prevention. Number 5 is about installation and operation of machines and equipments. Number 6 is about the accommodation facilities. Number 7 is about transportation and customs clearance. Number 8 is about insurance. Number 9 is on restaurant operations and merchandise sales. Number 10 is on general services. Number 11 is on intellectual property. Number 12 is about the privileges of the commissioners of section. Number 13 is on the admission tickets. Number 14 is on the award system. So association will be submitting the draft version of the special regulations to BIE, get an approval, and publish the regulations. Now, this is about the participation guideline. This is serves an adjunct to the general regulations and special regulations. And the organizer will issue a guideline to support the participants in all aspects of preparations and operations for the expo. This ties to each item of the special regulations. It will come out as a booklet, and it will be a living document and will be updated as needed. It will be released by the end of this month in Japanese and in English. Now, let me move on to talk about why your country should participate. So, first of all, this is an international horticultural exhibition ranked A1. So, for countries with major horticultural or landscaping industries, it will be a huge business opportunity because it would attract many visitors in the horticulture industry in Japan and overseas. And there will be competitions on gardens and horticulture where you will be able to showcase your products. For agricultural countries, since the scope of the expo is not only flowers, but also food, agriculture, and health, so it will be a great opportunity to promote your agricultural products. And for tourist destination countries, in Tokyo metropolitan area, the population is 44 million, which is about 35% of the total population in Japan. And in 2019, before COVID, cumulative number of people who traveled abroad in the area was 9.3 million. It is a big market for international travel. So it will be an opportunity to attract tourism.
さらに
And if 2027, the year for the Expo, is the commemorative year of diplomatic relations between your country and Japan, this is an excellent opportunity to confirm and further deepen the ties between the two countries. And not only through exhibitions or exhibits, but also through National Day and other ceremonies, they can be done. Especially when it comes to African countries, in 2025, 2 years before the Expo, TICAT 9 is scheduled to be held in Yokohama. So far, Yokohama has hosted 3 TICAD meetings, and it has a slogan of the closest city to Africa. Yokohama has had a variety of citizens exchange and technical cooperation. The expo will be an opportunity to further carry on the ties between the deepened through TICAD 9 into the future. And also, if your country has sister or friendship city of Kanagawa Prefecture or city of Yokohama, the expo will offer an excellent opportunity for international exchange also for local governments. And the national governments could decide participation and then designate a local government of the country as an exhibitor, which is a characteristic of this expo. And if your country's priority policies match our expo's keyword, as was explained, not limited to flowers and plants, this expo has a variety of themes such as food, agriculture, health, decarbonization, SDGs, international exchange, new technologies, disaster prevention, green infrastructure, tourism. So this provides opportunities to promote your priority policies. National Day and Special Day. These are the examples of the Japan Days from Almere in Netherlands in 2022 and Doha in 2024. So these are the picture of the Japan Days. Official participants, i.e. national governments and or international organizations, can host events. And mainly, the stakeholders of official participants and the host country, Japan, will participate. And then mainly, the event spaces constructed by the organizer, ceremonies and cultural performances will be conducted. Aspect schedules will be coordinated between the spring of 2025 and autumn 2026 after the declaration of the participation intent. Next is with regards to competitions. During the expo period, under the AIPH regulations, there will be competitions with juries approved by AIPH. There will be participants from all over the world, and they will gather and compete their techniques and knowledge in various fields such as gardening, cutting flowers, and bonsai. It is expected to largely contribute to technique development in horticulture and landscaping industries and culture promotions. While still being under consideration, competitions of outdoor gardens and products for the outdoor exhibitions and indoor gardens and products for the interior exhibitions are expected. Details of competitions, such as categories, dates, criteria, will be announced in the future once decided. Lastly, future schedule and contract-related information. Now the schedule or timeline. So we're now having this seminar, and autumn 2024 is the ideal timing for declaring the participation. But it is just that if the declaration can be made in this period, the following procedure will be going smooth. If the contract can be concluded by spring 2025, there will be enough time for designing of outdoor exhibitions and making adjustments for events such as national days. And the decision will be made from those who adjusted earlier. So this timing is the ideal timing that we'd like to share with you. And by March 2026, Type 1 standard type plots will be handed over. And by October 2026, Type 2 indoor exhibition spaces will be handed over. So the same timing, and around the time, preparations for events will also start. And then the expo will be opened. And as the As for GX House and International Garden Type, which was explained, the timing of handing over and the deadline for returning to the original condition are currently being adjusted. So the details are planned to be included in the next update of the participation guide. So next, this is because the site visit to the venue. It will take place in the afternoon of Thursday, March 21st. Meeting place is in Tokyo Prince Hotel. And we will visit the expo site, which is Kamisea area, and Yamashita Park, which is a quite known park in Yokohama. This will be free of charge. The Emlet Math and the Association will co-host this visit. And if you're interested, please register by Friday, March 1st. This is the information of the website for the official participants. This is only for the official participant and not accessible to general public. There will be information that are not accessible to general public. You can view this already, but this summer the plan is to transition to a new portal. And we plan to post a participation guide and other information on this. And lastly, this shows our contact information at the association. We didn't exchange name cards with some of you, but if you have any questions or to communicate with us, please do not hesitate to use this email address. That was an introduction, and there'll be a Q&A. I'm willing to answer your questions, so I'd like to ask for your participation, active participation. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we would like to open the floor for questions. So, a representative from Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transportation, Tourism, can you please come to the stage? Okay, we would like to hear from your comments and questions. Based on the presentations that you just heard, if you have any questions or comments related to the outline of the expo, please raise your hand. Please wait for a microphone to be brought to you. State your name and the name of the embassy before you ask your question. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The comprehensive presentation. I am Ken from the Philippine Embassy. I have two questions. First question is, you mentioned that in terms of the process, you mentioned that the official invitations have already been issued. May we know to whom these were addressed to? Were these channeled through the embassies here in Tokyo, or were these directly channeled through the Japanese embassies in our countries? That's the first question. The second question regarding the cost estimates. May we know the assumptions that were used in the cost estimates? Has this taken into account inflation, for example, this year, exchange rates, for example, if you have details on the cost assumptions used? And another question for the garden/pavilion type 1 standard type. You mentioned that the garden will be designed and installed by the official participant, but the organizer might design, construct, or demolish the modular type pavilion. So does this cost estimate include the construction of the GX house? Thank you.
Mochizuki-san of MLIT, would you like to answer to that question? Thank you very much for the questions. I'm Mochizuki, in charge of the expo from MLIT. First, I would like to answer to your first question. In terms of the invitation, in February 2023, we used the diplomatic channel. We sent the invitation letter to your government, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of your government. In addition to that, we sent the letter to the minister in charge. So if you don't know to whom the letter was sent to, we can check. So ask that question later. That's the answer to your first question. And in terms of association of the expo, we do have information about to whom the letter was sent to, so we are ready to provide information as needed. In terms of cost estimate, the cost is estimated based on the current situation. We used 500 square meters, and we referred to the past expos. So we just assume that there will be an average garden built. So we interviewed contractors in Japan and calculated the cost. And the amount, the building is between 200 million and 250 million. So it's a range. So we didn't really consider the inflation. We just came up with a cost range based on the current situation. So 200 million, is it possible to build a building in a 500 square meter plot? As of today, it is possible to do that. In terms of DX house provision services, in summer this year, we are going to come up with the actual price or actual cost, but unless that is fixed, I cannot really say. But of course, the cost is not going to significantly increase because of GX house provision. Even if you utilize the GX house service, the cost will fall under within the range.
よろしいでしょうか。はい。ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Any other questions, please?
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Well, thank you very much for explanation today. I'm Tamamura from the embassy from Rwanda. I have 3 questions. First of which, so for developing countries, there'll be an assistance program. I have a question. Who will be the sponsor or the which organization is to run the assistance program? Has it already been decided? Second question. So you said that there will be a 20% area that can be secured for commercial activities for sales. With regards to the product that can be sold, like the food and beverage, is there any rule related to like a hygiene rule? Are those rules or regulations already be clarified? And a third question, so in relation to the A1 class, what is the criteria for deciding category A1? What was the reason for qualified to be A1? Thank you very much. Those were my questions. So first, association is the answer. So with regards to the assistance program for developing countries, the association basically will provide the building or facility that is the assistance. With regards to commercial area, 20% is a rule, but what to be sold, depending on that, there will be relevant regulations. So when there will be a law and regulation to be applied, we would like to provide appropriate advice. And with regards to the category A1 class, what is the criteria? AIPH has 4 ranks for accrediting the expo. And so applicant will choose the class, and then AIPH will accredit after evaluating its appropriateness. And we do believe that this expo is appropriate, and Yokohama applied, and it was accredited, and BIE recognized it as such. And when they are accredited as A1, there will be a recognition process by BIE. And in the 2 years ago, there was November 2 years ago, there was a recognition by BIE. That was the result history. Thank you.
Any other questions, please? Please raise your hand if you have any questions.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting us to your seminars, and I'm from Lao Embassy. Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. But for my questions, I would like you to classify how different from the Osaka Expo Dream for next year, right? And the and Yokohama Expo on 2027. Yeah, how different theme on that? Thank you.
So, association representative, please. The difference with World Expo in Osaka. The expo in Osaka is what we call a general expo. It deals with a wide range of expo. So it's a very comprehensive theme that they have come up with. So our exhibition in Yokohama is a horticultural expo. So a horticultural is the basis. It's going to be the pillar of the exhibition, and the theme is scenery of the future for happiness. So that is a major difference. And the Osaka Expo and the Horticultural Expo, of course, the ministry in charge is quite different, and also supporting system is also different. But World Expo in Osaka is more like a general and comprehensive expo, whereas our Horticultural Expo focuses on horticulture with the accreditation from AIPH. Thank you very much. I hope he's answered your question.
Thank you. I'm from Embassy from Brazil. I'm Kimura. Thank you very much for explanation. So with regards to the garden, the plants that may not be easily available in Japan at this moment, probably we might need to be bringing in those plants. But basically, the plants with soil cannot be brought into the country. There are such regulations, as I understand. But during the preparation period, will there be any measures, special measures? Of course, I understand that the safety need to be given consideration to. Yes, I'm Yoshida from MAF. Thank you very much for your question. So with regards to quarantine, basically, the harmful plants or the as such cannot be brought in to prevent the disease and such. So basically, domestic laws and regulations are to be applied. So as at this moment, relaxation are not considered.
はい。よろしいでしょ
Okay. The procedures will be explained in details in the guideline, so we will keep you informed. Thank you. Any other questions, please? The participant in the back.
Good afternoon. My name is Kvanush Besenov. I'm from Embassy of Kazakhstan. I have a brief question regarding the site visit to Camisea. Do we have, as embassy, another option day to visit? Because, for example, if we will miss chance to visit on March 21st, that's my question. Thank you.
Emlet? Thank you very much for the question. In terms of the site tour, we only have one day, March the 21st. And since I see a lot of interest from potential participants, we are going to hold the site tour in the next fiscal year. So if there are requests, we are hoping to hold 1 day or 2 days of the tour. I hope you will all participate in the site tour. Thank you. From the association, if you would like to go to the site, the embassy or the related parties, we can attend. We can attend outside of the site tour. It would be difficult to arrange a bus or anything or transportation, but we'll be waiting for you at the site to show you around. It is now, the area is now under construction, so it is impossible to go inside the site unless you have a permission. But if you would like to see it, please let us know.
失礼しました。ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? I'm Tamara from Rwanda. Again, 2 questions. So, who will, like I understand that who would you know who will be assigned to a specific country from the association side? And the second question, in case of Rwanda, roses, I believe, will be a main exhibit. But rose can stay alive only for about a week in fresh status. So the expo will have a 6 months period. So like we were wondering if there will be like stock room or cold room where we can preserve roses with low temperature for longer period. Will there be such like system or support arrangement to be provided? So those were my 2 questions. Thank you. This is association. So when will we know who is to be assigned to each country? At this moment, we do not have that many number of people, but anyone for immediate future, anyone from us will respond to your questions. But from next April, next year, we will have a expanded team, so we will have assignment to different countries. And with regards to the exhibition of the roses, of course, the horticulture expo is that to be held. So we are to prepare a like a storage facility, but the arrangement is to be needed as to what degree the facility can be used by specific countries. Thank you.
はい。
Thank you. Any other questions, please? Yes. A gentleman in the back, please.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Irfan. I'm from Embassy of Pakistan. Just a question about the allocation of the plot. The expo duration is 6 months, tentatively, from March to September 27. So what's the practice usually? The plot which is allotted to a country, does that remain allotted for 6 months, and the country organizations and different associations come and visit and make their gardens, and or is it for some specific period which a country can apply, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months? Thank you.
はい、お答えいたします。
So let me answer to that question. It's an horticultural expo. If it's an outside exhibition, the plot will be used by a participant, the garden and the facility, for the whole duration of the expo. So therefore, if it's for short term, or 1 month or 2 months, you will need time to construct and also to dismantle. So basically, each country will be utilizing the same plot for 6 months. Thank you very much.
と申します。ご説明ありがとうございました。
I'm from Thai Embassy. Thank you very much for your explanation. I have a question. So against one plot, so multiple countries can apply. How the decision will be made, which country will take which plot? Is that the first come, first serve basis? With regards to deciding allocation of plots, as in the case of past expo, in principle, first come, first serve. So the first one who raise hand will be given the plot. That is a principle understanding. And the association could provide a recommendation as to which plot to be taken by a specific country. But again, in principle, first come, first serve basis.
ありがとうございます。よろしいでしょうか。
Thank you. One more additional question, please. One plot can be used, can be split into two, half the size. So it is possible to maybe you want to divide it vertically or horizontally. Are you ready to accommodate such requests? The Expo Association would, for example, a country would request for 200 square meters. So when we receive such kind of request, we would say, please, why not use this plot, this part of the plot? So we'll do coordinations. So we are willing to listen to the requests made by the national government. And if any country would like to use a smaller plot, we are more than prepared to make necessary coordinations. Thank you.
続いてご質問ある方。
Are there any further questions? Please raise your hand if you do have any question. I see a hand. Thank you very much for your explanation today. Well, I'm from the Korean Embassy. So you provided us with a material. Can we receive the electronic version? Yes, we'd like to send you as an attached file to the email.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Any other questions, please? No more questions? So if there are no further questions, I would like to close the QA session. This room will be available till 4:15. So if you have any questions, we have staff waiting for you in front of the room. So please let our staff know. And there will be another seminar planned on the 29th, but the contents will be exactly the same. With this, I would like to conclude today's seminar. Thank you again for coming, despite your busy schedules.